This is a story from the Edo period. One day in December, when Kintaro, an old plasterer, was on his way home, he picked up a wallet. Inside, he found a seal, a note, and 3 ryo of money. The note indicated that Kichigoro, a carpenter, was the original owner. The plasterer took the items to the original owner's place. The carpenter was just having grilled sardines with steak for his supper. The plasterer said, "I happened to pick up this wallet. I found 3 ryo of money, a seal, a note, and the name Kichigoro in it. It's your name, isn't it? I'm here to return them to you. You should have them." But Kichigoro replied, "You can give back the seal and note to me, as they used to be my belongings." "Thank you. But the 3 ryo isn't mine anymore. Since you picked it up, you can have it." "That's nonsense. It's like stealing another person's money. I've never done such a shameful thing." The 2 men got into a quarrel. People gathered to watch the situation unfold. Each man's landowner tried to arbitrate, but they couldn't succeed. At last, they brought the problem to court. However, as the chief judge was busy with another case, the vice judge handled it. The vice judge listened to both sides' claims calmly. After that, he asked them to give him the 3 ryo. He then took out 1 ryo from his own pocket in a leisurely manner and said, "Your 3 ryo is here. I'll add 1 ryo to it. Now you see 4 ryo in front of you." He then gave each man 2 ryo and said, "Kintaro, if you had kept this 3 ryo in your pocket, you would have 3 ryo. Kichigoro, if you had accepted the money that Kintaro brought you, you would also have 3 ryo. But now each of you has only 2 ryo, which means each of you lost 1 ryo. I also lost 1 ryo. All 3 men lost the same amount of 1 ryo. What do you think?" The 2 men were impressed with the judgment. The vice judge, proud of his judgment, reported it to the chief judge. He never thought the chief judge would be angry with him. "You are so foolish. Do you think you solved the problem well?" The vice judge asked him, "Did I make any mistake with my judgment?" "Of course, you made a big mistake. You were deceived by them. Didn't you realize that it was a trick they both conspired to create?" "A trick?" "Yes. First of all, the quarrel between the 2 men in front of a crowd was suspicious. Moreover, they asked the judge for a fair judgment. They not only presented themselves to the public as the most honest men in the world concerning that 3 ryo, but they also obtained an additional 1 ryo from the vice judge. Call them back here immediately. I'll investigate them myself." A few days later, the chief judge called the 2 men into court and stared at them, saying, "Even if you were able to deceive the vice judge, you can't fool me. I know that this was a staged act you 2 conspired to create. Can you excuse yourselves? Please forgive us. Indeed, I dropped that money as I was told to do so by this old friend." The carpenter apologized. The old plasterer also apologized for suggesting that he should do so. "What an impolite idea you came up with. Considering you are old enough to visit shrines for your happiness in the next world, I must give you a severe punishment. However, since you didn't cause any trouble to others, I'll help you with your lives. But you must leave this town." The carpenter was also driven out of the town, where he had lived for many years.